their respiratory system is extremely efficient. Whether they're breathing in or breathing out, they're always getting oxygen into their bloodstream. And the reason why they're doing that is because of these structures that are unique to birds. They're called air sacs. Okay. So what happens is when they inhale, most of the air moves into the posterior air sacs, and then it's exhaled into the lungs. So when they inhale again, the air in the lungs then moves out of the lungs and into the anterior air sacs, where while the air from the atmosphere rushes in to fill the posterior air sacs. So again, they're always getting oxygenated blood into their blood, or oxygenated air into their bloodstream. They also have the syrinx, which they use to make their songs. Yeah, that's kind of like their equivalent of their voice box. Okay. And birds also have different songs. If you stop and listen to, so like when I sit on the porch, sometimes I hear mockingbirds and specifically cardinals. I love listening to cardinals. It's one of the few species of birds where both the males and the females sing. Most of the time in most bird species, it's only the males that sing the songs. But in the case of cardinals, females sing as well. In addition to helping them breathe, the respiratory system does help them maintain an internal body temperature because, especially the air sacs, so heat builds up and the overheated air passes into the air sacs and then it's exhaled. Okay, they have a 4-chamber heart, which proportionately is larger for their body size, and it beats extremely fast. Some of the smaller birds, it says here, have a heart rate of 1,000 beats per minute or fast during activity. That's fast. My heartbeat when I'm at rest is about 60, 66, which is normal. Okay. They don't have a bladder. Okay. So they don't go to the bathroom conventionally. They have a beak. Okay. Going back to the bladder, and we'll talk about that. Hold on. So it says here, yes, they don't have a bladder for storing urine. They release the waste as uric acid in their poop. Okay, it's you'll see it as that white substance. Okay, they have a beak. Okay, and the beak is specific for their eating habits. Okay, those with hooked beaks will be meat eaters, and depending on some will be designed for eating seeds, or in the case of a hummingbird, it's long and thin, so they can reach into flowers to get nectar. Okay. They have a crop, which is a sac-like enlargement of the esophagus that stores food until it can be digested. And they also have a 2-part stomach. And the 2-part stomach, it contains the proventriculus, which produces the digestive juices. And the second part is called the gizzard that grinds the food. They require a lot of energy, so they have to eat a lot. If you've ever heard the expression, I'm only eating as much as a bird, they're saying they don't eat a lot. That's actually false. Birds eat a lot. Okay. They can eat almost like a quarter of their body weight every day. Okay. 100, that would be the equivalent of a 100-pound person eating 25 pounds of food every single day. That's a lot of food. Okay. But again, they have a high metabolic rate, so they burn it off as energy. They have very large eyes with good eyesight. They typically have good hearing, but they have a poor sense of smell or almost no sense of smell or taste. Vultures are the exception. They have a very high sense of smell to smell out carcasses so they can eat them. They reproduce through a courtship pattern behavior. You'll hear songbirds, or you'll see display male birds doing displays. I have a video on the birds of paradise, how the different birds of paradise males court or try to get the attention of the female. Some bird species mate annually, or they get a new mate annually, and some mate for life. Okay, it just depends on the species. So let's see, most species, a pair remains together for less than a year. Canada geese remain with their mates for life. So those pretty Canadian geese that you see, or Canada geese that you see, the mate that they're with is the one they've had all their life. Okay. They have one set of ovaries. Females have one set of ovaries, one oviduct. It's internal fertilization. The ova are fertilized inside the oviduct, and the egg consists of a tiny embryo with a large amount of yolk, and it's passed through the female's reproductive tract, where it adds the albumum, which is the egg white, and then the shell is formed around that, and then the egg passes out of the cloaca. Eggs have to be incubated, so that's why birds build nests so they can incubate their eggs and keep them warm. If they are cold, they will die. They migrate. Some migrate. Usually most birds do migrate. They follow certain patterns, and most of these patterns are instinctive. Some are short. Okay. The American white pelican flies from northern United States and southern California to Florida and Mexico. The Arctic tern, however, breeds in the Arctic and winters in the Antarctic, which is a round trip of 40,000 kilometers. And it's instinct. It's they don't have to be taught that. Okay, they have different niches in the ecosystem. Okay. The problem with migration is that not all countries enforce conservation laws equally, so that could be a problem. But overall, birds are important, and God made them for all of us, so we need to take care of them. All right, mammals. Okay, getting to our last group of animals, and we are going to talk about mammals. Okay, so I have on my lap, and he's been here this entire time, but I'm going to show him. Let's see. Here is a mammal. Okay, so this is her. He is our kitten, and he's extremely tired right now. He's giving me this why. All right, but he may fall asleep during this. Okay, so you can see, like all mammals, he has hair. Okay, most have 2 layers of fur that protect and insulate. He has his outer coat, which gives him his color, and then underneath this, he has an insulating coat. And it's that undercoat that tends to be shed everywhere, like with all of our cats. Okay. So he is part of the group of carnivores. Cats are carnivorous. They are not omnivores. They're definitely not herbivores. Okay. Yeah. So all cats are carnivores. Okay. And carnivores are meat eaters, and they have large canine teeth. Okay. Oh, he does stretch. Thank you. Let's see if he'll let me do this. All right. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see. He's got yellow. You want to show me your teeth? Okay. He doesn't want to show his teeth, but that's okay. Then he wants to lay down here. So, they have large canine teeth that are designed to tear meat. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, hold on. He wants. He's very particular about where he lays down in the lap. Okay.